My name is Amalia Deligiannis, and I'm the editor of Plumbing Engineer magazine. Welcome to another episode of PHCPPros Live. We are here today at the ASPE Convention and Expo, which is taking place at the Indiana Convention Center. My next guest this morning is Mark Chaffee with Taco Comfort Solutions. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm great.
Why don't we start off with an easy question?
Okay.
Can you tell us a little bit about your role at Taco Comfort Solutions?
Sure. So I'm the Vice President of Governmental Affairs, and then I also look after our commercial and industrial product from strategy development, next generation side of it. So it's kind of a two-phase role on that side of what we have today and the products that we'll be talking about, and then also a lot of the governmental regulations that are coming forward and affecting us and our entire industry.
Okay, and for those who may not be aware of Taco Comfort Solutions, why don't you describe your company a little bit for our viewers?
Sure. So we're just over 100 years old. And we're certainly known for our pumps on that side of it, but we do everything from pumps, valves, controls, really the whole management of moving water, storing water, and then one of the exciting products that we'll be talking about too is also we're getting into air-to-water heat pumps. So really anything in that hydronic side of the business for plumbing or HVAC heating and cooling.
Oh, wow. I know that a big issue that's been in the news quite a bit is drought and dramatic water shortages, especially out in California. What is your organization, what is TACO doing to help with this or bring awareness to this issue?
Well, I mean, it's tragic what we're seeing. I mean, just the droughts and everything that's going along with it, and the forest fires and the global warming and all that portion of it. And what we really think is that we can all do our part. So from a company standpoint, I mean, we make pumps, right? So, but what can we do with that? How can we make change every day to change habits, how we use water, how we conserve water? So we have a lot of products that are in that hot water recirculation side of it. So when you wake up in the morning and you go into the bathroom and you turn your shower on and cold water comes out.
Right.
Why? Right? Let's get hot water there. Let's not take all that water that you wait before it gets hot, either in the shower or to go wash your hands, and let's get hot water there when you need it. So when you actually turn that side of the faucet on that has that big H on it that says hot, actually hot water comes out, right? And this is kind of a concept where people go, wait, that's right, I have a hot and a cold, but when I turn both of them on at the beginning of the day, cold comes out of both of them. Let's stop all that waste. And so for an average family, that could be up to about 12,000 gallons of water a year that we waste down the drain just waiting for hot water to arrive. And we have a number of products that solve that. Now they're pump-based, and some are very intelligent. Some they're demand side of it, so you can walk into the bathroom, either a motion sensor may pick you up, or a push button, turn a pump on, quickly delivers the hot water from your water heater to that faucet. So by the time you actually go ahead and turn that faucet on, you have hot water there. So we have that, and then we also have ones that are intelligent. So they'll learn the water use patterns of the household, and it will automatically adjust to get you your hot water there, so you don't have that water wastage. And it adds up. So 12,000 gallons for an average family. Multiply that by everybody on your street, in your town, in your city. We can make a huge difference on that side of it.
I love that intelligent aspect of water demand. I think it's unique, and it'll go a long way for a lot. You're supporting a gentleman by the name of Cheswick, and if he has this quest, can you talk about him a little bit, and what is he doing, and how are you supporting him?
So he's trying to walk the Great Western Loop, which is it's a 3,000 mile hike all across the West, and he's a couple months into this journey, averaging about 50 miles a day, which is just crazy after a couple months of doing that. But what he's trying to do is bring awareness to the water crisis that we have, and we certainly have out in the West on that side of it. So what I say for anybody listening, check out all of our social media channels, follow his progress on this incredible hike that he's after, and then just try to, again, bring awareness to this water crisis that we have, and we can learn how to, everybody can do their own part to make it better.
Oh, okay, great. Let's talk about your heat pumps and their role in terms of beneficial electrification. What's new for TACO in this arena?
Well, this is really exciting for us. We're seeing a trend toward electrification. We see it in the automobiles side of it. We're also seeing it in heating and cooling and domestic hot water generation. So what we're really trying to do is we've introduced an air-to-water heat pump. So we're using the sun and the wind and natural source on that side to try to get that electricity, power a heat pump, extract out of the air either the heating or cooling, and putting it into water to distribute around a house to get you your heating and cooling side of it. And the nice thing is not only do you get your heating and cooling, but it also generates your domestic hot water. So it's an all-in-one unit and a heat pump with COPs well over 3. So, we're running a system that is, over 300% efficient on that side for your heating, cooling, and domestic hot water loads, all in one unit.
Oh, wow. What about, I know that you're touting a couple of products at today's show. What about your commercial expansion tanks? Can you talk about the features and what their benefits are?
Sure, and this is another exciting part for us because this has a patent pending. So anytime you can really start to revolutionize what's going on in a domestic hot water tank. I mean, the tanks aren't, well, we love tanks, but it's tough to get excited about things new in a tank. But what we have on this side is we have a special patent pending connection at the top of the tank that channels the flow into the expansion bladder of the tank. So what you don't get any spots in that tank that are stagnant. So really what you're doing is you're maintaining full flow, but no stagnation, no areas where you could have microbacterial buildup. Most people think of that as Legionella and things on that side of it. But you need an expansion tank because it's a critical part of the system. I mean, you need one to make the system work well. But now you're stopping any of those dead areas or stagnant areas within that system. So it's a very simple device. No special controls or plumbing or anything else is needed different, but solves a huge problem in the industry and provides a much safer system overall.
Okay, so the connection on top, could you describe it a little bit? How is what was in its place beforehand? I mean, how is this just was there? What did you use?
Yeah, usually you just have you'd have an expansion tank and you have a bladder that would just expand as the pressure changes on that side of it. What we're actually doing is we're forcing flow into the tank all the way down and through the entire bladder on that side of it. So instead of it just bypassing, we're forcing flow through that tank, so you get a continuous flow of water and exchange inside that tank where you hadn't had it before.
Oh wow! So TACO is known for its quality and innovation of their pumps, and we're going to go back to our pumps.
Good old pumps.
There's a lot of contractors walking the floor. What kind of options are available? Or what are some of the latest options available for them to be aware of?
And it's certainly the breadth of our line. We have everything from those small recirculating pumps that we talked about earlier for residences, where you might be moving 3 gallons a minute of water, all the way up to 30,000 gallons, right? So we have a huge line of different products on that pumping side to meet really anybody's needs. And then we really combine that also with intelligent controls to go ahead and meet different applications and improve those in terms of either differential pressure control, temperature control of the pumps, and then materials. So, at this show, we've certainly been touting all of our stainless steel products, NSF rated, and also in the commercial side, we have some, we're one of the only manufacturers that will do commercial hot rated NSF. So when you're looking for an application where you need elevated hot temperatures for your domestic hot water system, especially in that commercial side or hospital side or industrial, we have all the products to meet that with the ratings that you need to meet those specifications that you have on your design side.
Obviously, TACO is very into energy efficiency. Talk about how you are meeting DOE demands, energy efficiency, and what is, it's just the way things are going. So could you talk to us a little bit about TACO's role or position in that?
Sure, and that's really my hat on the government affairs side. So
perfect.
I do a lot of work in the industry with our industry organizations. So we have the Hydraulic Institute on that side of it, and we've been working very closely as an entire industry with the DOE. Now the DOE has started to regulate our industry in pumps, going back to 2020. So we've looked at the efficiency upgrades, and then also what we did as an industry. So all the pump manufacturers, we all got together. Not only did we have to meet the DOE regulations, but then what we did is we created a labeling system. So very similar to what you may have on your automobile, right? How many miles per gallon should I get out of, this car, right? And a nice hybrid's going to be different than your Ferrari, right? But we do that for pumps.
Okay.
So all the pumps now are labeled, so any contractor can go ahead and see, hey, the pump that I am choosing to put into this job, I may have different options. I may have different options from different manufacturers, or even from a single manufacturer like TACO. You may have different pumps that could go ahead and be put into a specific application. But now what you can also say is you can look at that label and go, okay, what does this mean from an energy standpoint? How is this rated? And then now you can start to make some decisions about putting in the most efficient pump, not only to meet your head and flow demands, but also your energy usage side of it. So the labeling's nice. And then what we've also done is we spent an awful lot of time redesigning the majority of our product range to maximize that efficiency. So TACO is definitely leading the industry in energy efficient pumping and pumping systems on that side of it.
Wow. Do you, across the board, do you see the DOE making more of an impact across the industry, or impacting how products are manufactured, or at least labeled, and raising more awareness to every aspect of the water system?
The DOE is definitely in a rulemaking frenzy across our entire industry. I will say that. So next up is circulators.
Yeah.
So today, commercial industrial pumps are regulated. So back in 2020, they eliminated about a quarter of the least efficient pumps out of the market. And coming up probably by the end of the year, we're estimating that the DOE will issue a final rulemaking for smaller residential circulators that will really force those from current technology to ones with an ECM motor. So really taking a huge jump in efficiency of those products. So that's going to be quite a change for the industry. So for products we've been making for 70 years, will be regulated out of existence, and we'll be moving to the next generation technology. So a lot of contractors will have to get used to putting in ECM driven pumps with controls and logic and variable speed and things on that side of it. So it is going to be a game changer for our industry. But at the same time, just as we had talked before, as a company, as an industry, we're trying to make the right choices and drive not only correct applications for the products, but if we can do that and save a lot of energy along the way, it really is a win-win for all of us.
And since the technology will be changing, are you offering training opportunities for contractors or engineers interested in learning process a little bit better.
Absolutely,
yeah.
we love to train. we absolutely do. We have a number of dedicated trainers on our staff, so we offer training back at our factory in Rhode Island, on the road, online. We do Taco Tuesdays. So if you're ever hanging out on Tuesday evening and going, what am I going to do tonight? Come online, join us virtually with Taco Tuesdays. But again, check out a lot of our social media channels and that side of it. But there's always an opportunity to learn something about products, about applications, or a lot of the topics we talked about today to dive deeper in if anybody's interested.
Oh, cool. So in the year ahead, looking a little forward, what can we expect from TACO? What can our readers or viewers, PE readers for me, plumbing engineer readers, expect from TACO this year coming up?
It's going to be an exciting year. A lot of innovation, new products, and we're really trying to push more and more on that efficiency story. Right? We've done a lot of work with new products and trying to make them more efficient, and now it's really getting those adopted into the marketplace and people understanding, okay, I have a choice. Let me go ahead and make a better choice for my customer, for my application and job, so the entire system can perform better at the same time of using higher efficient products on that portion of it. I think we're a lot of training, and what we really like to try to do is, as we mentioned, even with Cheswick, right, out there just kind of saying, hey, we have a water issue. Let's bring some attention to it. So we're going to continue to push that side of it and try to do our part and have everybody that hopefully is listening in do their part and talk to their customers about putting in water saving type devices and more efficient products.
Great. Well, for anyone viewing or touring the floor today, where can we visit you at ASPE? What's your booth number?
641. So
641.
Right in the middle of the hall there, and
Perfect.
we got a great crew. We have a lot of product experts over there, and a lot of the products we talked about today, they can touch and feel and see and experience on that side of it. So we'd love to have anybody come on by.
Perfect. And for those who are watching but are not here at the show, how can they find more information about TACO Comfort Solutions? What's the best?
All of our social media channels, or right at our website at tacocomfort.com.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for your time this morning, and have a great rest of your show.